Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. I've been shooting with the Fujifilm X-T50 for a few weeks now, and honestly, it feels like the brand finally built a mirrorless body that doesn't ask you to choose between retro charm and modern performance. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that jumps out is the dedicated film simulation dial on the top plate. You don't have to dig through menus to switch from classic chrome to Eterna or Acros, just twist and you're there. I was on a quick street shoot last weekend and switched from Provia to monochrome plus red filter in under a second. The client thought I'd planned the whole look ahead of time. It's not just nostalgia, it's a real time saver when you're trying to nail a mood before the light changes. Under the hood you've got a 40.2 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 5HR sensor. I printed a 24 by 36 at the local shop last week and the detail held up perfectly. Skin textures and fabric we've looked crisp even at arm's length. The X-Trans color filter array also means you can skip an AA filter, which keeps moire in check without the softening effect you sometimes get from optical low-pass filters. If you're coming from a 24 megapixel body, the extra resolution gives you real breathing room for crops and minor exposure adjustments in post. One of the biggest surprises was the video side. The X-T50 can shoot 6.2K/30p internally, which is overkill for most social clips but invaluable if you ever need to reframe a 4K shot later. I ran a few test interviews in 4K/60p and the rolling shutter was impressively low, no jelly effect when I panned across the subject. There's also a full-size HDMI out if you want to record ProRes externally, and the new heat-dissipating body means you can keep rolling for longer before the camera throttles. I used it for a 20-minute documentary piece and only hit the 30-minute clip limit once. Native frame, I/O camera to cloud integration is another feature I didn't realize I needed until I tried it. You pair the camera to your phone, hit record, and every clip uploads automatically to your frame I/O project while you're still on set. No extra dongles, no cables, just Wi-Fi direct and a few seconds of setup. My editor loved having the selects already waiting in the cloud before I got back to the office. Because it's an X-mount body, you can use every lens in the Fujifilm ecosystem, from the tiny 16mm f/2.8 to the 100 to 400mm f/4.5-5.6. I've been carrying the 23mm f/1.4 for street and the 56mm f/1.2 for portraits, and the autofocus tracks faces and eyes without hunting. There are also two digital teleconverters built in, 1.4x and 2x, so you can stretch a 50 to 200mm into an effective 70 to 400mm without extra glass. I used the 2x on a recent wildlife day and still got sharp frames at 1/1000th even when the bird was half a football field away. Battery life is solid too. I went on a full-day wedding as the second shooter and only swapped batteries once during the reception. If you're the kind of person who forgets to charge overnight, the included USB-C PD charger means you can top up from a power bank while you're shooting. On the downside, the body is magnesium alloy but not weather-sealed, so you'll want to keep it under an umbrella in a light drizzle. The flip-out LCD is great for waist-level shots, but if you're used to a fully articulating screen for vlogging, you might find it a little limited. And because the sensor is APS-C, the dynamic range tops out around 13 to 14 stops is fine for most uses, but not quite as forgiving as a full-frame body when you're pushing shadows. All in all, the Fujifilm X-T50 strikes a nice balance. It looks and feels like a classic film camera, but it shoots like a modern hybrid. If you're already invested in the X-mount system or you just want a compact body that can handle stills and video without compromise, this one's worth a close look. Check the link below if you want to see the current price and availability.